Disclaimer, the LG G6 was sent out for review by LG, but this is not a paid or sponsored review in any way, shape, or form. This is the LG G6, a 2017 flagship smartphone with an 18:9 aspect ratio display. In this video, we will do a full review of this guy to see if it's worth it for you. That's coming up right now. Let's go. Say hello to the LG G6 for 2017. This is a new innovative smartphone from LG, and here are the key specifications that matter. So we do have a 5.7-inch 18:9 2K display, a 13 megapixel 4K camera, a 13 megapixel wide-angle camera, 4 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 821, and 3300 milliamp hour battery. Now this does support expandable memory of up to 256 gigs, and this phone is available for AT&T, T-Mobile, Canada, Australia, Sprint, US Cellular, and Verizon Wireless. So on the back, you're going to find Gorilla Glass 5, a first for any Android smartphone. You're going to find a speaker at the bottom, and that is covered up easily by a finger, so you might want to keep your finger off of there, and a USB-C port. Now on the left, you're going to find yourself the volume rockers on the LG G6, and on the rear here you see those dual cameras that we spoke of earlier, 13 megapixels. One is a f1.8 aperture, one is a f2.4 aperture, being the wide angle camera. That's a dual LED flash, and we do have a fingerprint scanner below the cameras. Taking it a little bit further down the back, you can see the LG G6 logo. On the front, we have a 5 megapixel camera, sensors, as well as an earpiece there. On the front side bottom, we do have capacitive keys, as well as that LG branding and logo. Now here is that 18:9 2K display here, a new aspect ratio for smartphones this year, and this also has HDR Dolby Vision. You can see very immersive, seeing that this phone is almost all screen wrapped around your hand. You can see a very immersive experience. It's like a little movie theater in your hand. You can see there's more to the story. Dolby Vision HDR is a nice solid cinema experience you're going to have for this display. Also, this display is very tack sharp, so text is very crispy, and one of the best LG displays, if not the best LG display I've ever seen on an LG smartphone here. Now look at this next to an iPhone 7 Plus. Very narrow. You can see it fits right in the body, and it makes the iPhone 7 Plus honestly look downright chubby. Now this guy right here is very light as well, and very good build quality around the sides. Light for its size, so it's 163 grams, and it does have aluminum around the sides, making this a very grippy phone. Seeing that it's not super wide, I didn't really have a problem dropping this phone in my experience with it here. So you can see, if I go ahead and show you here, it's very easy to grip the corners on the LG G6, and if I go ahead and put it into a pocket, it slips in with no problem, and it felt like it wasn't even there, to be honest with you guys. Also, that fingerprint scanner on the rear is very accurate. I had no troubles once I got used to it being on the back side, and it worked every single time once I set up my fingerprint. Moving on to software, the LG G6 brings Android 7.0 Nougat right out of the box, and this is one of the first smartphones this year to come with the Google Assistant built right in. Also, you have multitasking abilities here with the LG G6, and because of that 18:9 aspect ratio, you have more screen to play with if you're going to be doing multitasking here. So that's a nice trick that the LG has up its sleeve. Also, in Android 7.0 Nougat, we do have the ability to have app scaling as well as display size scaling, which makes it easier to read text on your display in all of your applications. Also, this comes with LG's UX 6.0 skin layered on top of 7.0 Nougat that comes with no app drawer out of the box. You could see it also stretches icons a little bit, but you can get an app drawer within the settings menu if you do want that. Colorful icons along the left of the list of this menu, and pretty consistent overall. Nice sleek experience for the software. So you can see performance is just fine here, pretty snappy overall. If you lower the developer options, this phone just flies with the Snapdragon 821 and 4 gigs of RAM. It should last well into the future here. Now the LG G6 also brings the always on display here, and that always on display will display information like battery life, notifications, and pretty much anything information based on your system while actually having to open up the phone. Now battery life is 3300 milliamp hour battery, and it's pretty strong. I got through all of the day on my LG G6 G6 here, and if you're a heavy user, you might have to top up late middle of the day with the USB-C fast charging, which charges the phone 30% in up to 50 minutes. Now, we talked a little bit earlier about these cameras on the LG G6, and I will do a full in-depth camera review on the channel. It's covering just the camera, so we're not going to go too in-depth here, but they are pretty strong, and taking pictures with the LG G6 is a very nice experience overall. It's just like very wide, so it's very nice there. So we do have the square camera included within the LG G6, which allows you to get different layouts, grid shots, guide shots, match shots. So nice software tricks here if you're going to be doing some cool creative Instagram posting stuff here. So here is some samples of the LG G6 camera. So is the LG G6 the phone for you here in 2017? It has an all new innovative design, looking a lot different from the modular design of last year with the LG G5. And it does have a handsome look, and it doesn't have a curved screen. So if you're looking for a very narrow screen and also doesn't have no curves, this might be the phone for you. Slick performance here on the LG UX 6.0 combined with Android Nougat. You should have no performance issues at all. And also, this phone comes with probably the lowest price point of the flagship Androids we will see this year at $650 to start, with 32 gigabytes of storage. Also has excellent battery life in my experience, and once again, that display is just phenomenal. Also, you have the peace of mind of water resistance as well as military grade durability here. So you can see you can just pour water all over this baby, and fast charging with USB-C compatibility. So you really have to decide if it's worth it to you. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, click the like button for me, subscribe to the channel for more technology videos like this. Nick here, helping to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.